at number 7 on my fantasy playlist, holding at number 7 from the previous week. I believe I got an arrow pointed at this record as well, which indicates that I peaked it out at number 7. Bonnie Raitt, Something to Talk About. Fantasy Playlist, October 12, 1991. Bonnie Raitt had been around for a long time before she started getting popular on the pop charts in the late 80s, early 90s. She put out her first album. It was a self-titled debut album in 1971, but it wasn't until about 1988 or 89 before she started to pick up some momentum, crossing over on Billboard's Hot 100 and getting some airplay on the adult stations as well as the pop FM stations. Bonnie Raitt was very popular among particularly middle-aged women. She resonated among middle-aged women about 35 to 50, 55 back in the 90s and 2000s. But as far as the music aficionados are concerned, the people who are really into playing instruments and guitars and knowing the history of music, Bonnie Raitt was better known for her prowess on the bottleneck guitar or the slide guitar, which she could play extremely well. Bonnie Raitt, the album is called Luck of the Draw, came out in 1991. This song, Something to Talk About, was written by a woman named Shirley Eichhard. I can't pronounce her last name. It's Eikhard. When she was 15 years old, the woman who wrote the song, Shirley Eichhard, when she was 15 years old, she wrote a song called It Takes Time, which was a hit for Anne Murray and Canada. It was later put out by Shirley Eichhard herself. She did a version of it, which was a hit on the adult charts in Canada. But this was way back. I think it was in the 70s when this happened, but don't quote me on that. It might be a little bit later than that. The song Something to Talk About earned Bonnie Raitt Best Female Pop Vocal Performance on the Grammys. She got a Grammy for this song in 1992. That was a massive achievement. She was up against the competition. She was up against Alita Adams, Amy Grant, Whitney Houston, and Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, a red-hot young artist in 1991, and still Bonnie Raitt managed to get a best pop vocal performance on this record, Something to Talk About. One other thing about this record, there is an Anne Murray connection to this song. Anne Murray wanted to record a version of Something to Talk About in 1986, but she demurred because her producer said it would not be a hit. They were wrong about that. I got to double check the chart position, but according to Wikipedia, it went to number 5 on Billboard's Hot 100. I'm not sure if it got that high, but I do know it was a massive hit in the fall of 1991. Something to Talk About by Bonnie Raitt on my fantasy playlist, October 12, 1991.